As I was driving up here today, I was thinking, what am I going to say to these folks? I've spoken to a number of you prior, and I don't want to repeat myself. But by the same token, I think that some of the things that I have to say are worth repeating. First of all, I want to greet my fellow union brothers. I'm a UA retired past president from a now defunct Local 807 from Wisconsin Rapids. I worked in the paper industry, so I didn't do contract work like you fellows probably do. We have differences in that respect, but we're all trained as pipe fitters, and so we have pipe fitting and plumbing in common. At any rate, my thoughts on the situation that we have in this state is that we have had a pipeline exist for many, many years here, and we've had, well, some people will say 3 spills are a terribly bad thing and totally irresponsible. Maybe other people would say that's a pretty good record when you consider the hundreds, like about 800 that Enbridge has suffered in North America since 1999. But it's all relative, I guess. The thing that I'm kind of concerned about is that there has been a tremendous ramp up of petroleum exploration and removal here in our country in the last 10 years. And some would say that's a good thing, and I'm not going to sit here and say it's good or bad. It's provided jobs, it's provided petroleum for the world. What it has done, though, is been sort of behind our back in some respects. The change that Enbridge requested when they added the 2 lines to this corridor starting in 2007, line 14 and line 61, that change was made to accommodate the tar sands, and now it appears as though the Bakken oil field will also be included in transporting through our state. We've had some job opportunities that have come to my union brothers and myself over this thing, and they've been well taken. The coffers of the state have not been impressed all that much. Enbridge will be quick to tell you that they've paid $21 million, and I see in this handout now that they've ramped that number up to $23 million last year to the state for their use of the right-of-ways. That's land that's been condemned, if you will, from the tax records in each of the counties that the pipeline runs through. That's land that is no longer being taxed at the county level. That $21 million, as I understand it, has been sent to the general fund for the state. That money then goes into usage as our legislators see fit to put it. We're not benefiting on a county-by-county basis for that sort of a thing. So we've got 2 things going against us here, that removal from the tax rolls and the fact that the money is out of our control. That's not a good thing in my opinion. It's a situation as far as the safety record goes, I guess that I've been a little reticent to talk about, but I will anyway. I'll say that Enbridge has, given that they are the very largest, or they claim to be the very largest pipeline ownership group in North America, a rather poor record. Right now, I believe it's pipeline 3 in Canada that has been halted by the Canadian government due to problems with many, many, many leaks. And Enbridge went in and started repair work. I have a union brother who formerly worked out of a local in Winnipeg, who is now wildcatting on the pipeline. Went out of retirement and made $170,000 in his first 6 months of work for Enbridge without his union affiliation, something I'm not happy about. he's doing repair work on this line. And Enbridge has been told by the Canadian government that they're to cease repair work until they can prove to the Canadian government that they're capable of doing the work in a proper fashion. Enbridge went in and there were numerous breaches in wetlands and things of that nature, which, by the way, we've had problems with on this Line 61 project here in the state of Wisconsin. The state fined Enbridge, actually Enbridge settled with the state for $1.1 million. And there were some 262 infractions relating to improper techniques, construction techniques, regarding wetlands in our state alone during the construction of that line. So these are the sorts of things that make me wonder, do we know these things? Are we aware? And do we want to do something? First of all, let's be aware. Let's find out. Let's question those that have the answers. Let's find out. So basically, that's what I thought about driving down on a scary interstate highway. I'm a country boy, and I get on 4 lanes, and both lanes in my direction are going 85 miles an hour. Man, it's coming out of my pants cuffs. So pardon me for being crude, but it is what it is. So that's what I have to say.
Could you say just a word about the difference between an environmental impact assessment and a statement?
There's a system that the state uses so that there's a sort of a checks and balances thing. When an environmental impact statement is drawn up, it's a listing of all of the possibilities that are out there for problems with a given situation. And that's done by people on the state side, if you will. And that's filed with the state. It's people that work under and not directly for the state, the people that are wanting the information. And then the company that is involved in the thing comes back with an assessment. And it's their answer then to what's been alluded to. It's a two-sided thing. The state pulls the whole thing together and they say, well, here it is. It's yes or it's no, or you need to do this or that. So it allows for interplay between two sides, if you will.
Well, when Enbridge says that they have done an assessment,
they completed their answer.
Yeah, but they didn't do a statement.
No, the statement is something that's done by hydraulic engineers, environmental assessment people, yeah, not by the company itself. The assessment is done is the company side of it.
Okay, good. So what the resolution is asking for is a statement. That's something by folks not associated with Enbridge.
I believe that the resolution is improperly worded. It should be asking for a statement rather than an assessment.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm sure it was a matter of...
well, we use those words so interchangeably.
Yeah, right. Thank you.